See this sauce? It is good. I'm going to show you my version of Raising Cane sauce, and I actually think my homemade one is better. I'll also share the secret. Okay, so I scoured the internet to look for the recipe for Raising Cane sauce. Everyone has pretty much a similar recipe. I found a 9-year-old post on Reddit. Some said that paprika doesn't belong in the sauce. I even saw someone say that it's actually called a comeback sauce, just renamed Raising Cane sauce. They're using that same concept. So here's what I wrote down as the copycat Raising Cane's sauce that's just circulating on the internet. 1 cup of mayo, a half cup of ketchup, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon cracked black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, that's optional, and also 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Oh God, I never say that right. And the secret to the best sauce is letting it set in the fridge for 24 hours or more. Apparently that's a secret. So let me show you my version of this. I like to add extra stuff because it just tastes good. So a cup of mayonnaise is going into this container, and the mayonnaise I love to use is Kewpie Mayo. Use the one that you've got, and if you have just a regular store-bought old school mayonnaise, add a little MSG in it. It tastes good. So here I have the half cup of ketchup going in. And this next ingredient, I'm using 1 teaspoon of cracked black pepper. This is a coarse ground pepper from my pepper mill. If you're using fine ground pepper, maybe a half teaspoon. Okay, I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's going in. I like to add smoked paprika, so I'm going for a half teaspoon. Here, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon Worcestershire sauce and 1 teaspoon of Louisiana hot sauce. I've seen recipes where they swear that Raising Cane's adds Creole or Cajun seasoning. You can absolutely do that. I think that would taste great. So now I'm going to give this a mix, and you'll want to combine this well. And the secret, remember that secret? Let it set for a minimum 24 hours. I actually read a post where someone said that it just tastes better over a couple of days in the fridge. How long it lasts, I don't know. This is probably going to be gone by the end of the day. Okay, in the fridge. And here is the second version of the sauce I like to make. I also saw posts saying that they swear lemon juice goes into the sauce. So I'm adding everything the same. And the extra ingredient is lemon pepper. I'm adding a teaspoon of lemon pepper along with that half teaspoon of smoked paprika. And the lemon pepper does brighten up this sauce. It gives it a little bit more zesty tang to it, if you will. And here is the other ingredient that I like to add, which is optional. I like to add chicken bouillon powder. I'm going to add just a 1/4 teaspoon into the mix, and it just adds another level of flavor to this sauce. There's so many things that you could add to this. I've even seen dry mustard powder in some posts, or mustard, or Dijon mustard. I think it all works. It truly depends on your palate and flavor profiles that you like. So I'm going to cover this up, refrigerate along with the other one for 24 hours. So I am going to just season and marinate chicken tenders for tomorrow. This is going to go for overnight. So I'm not really measuring. I like to just measure with my heart or eyeball. You know how I do things on this channel. So if you're making this sauce and you want chicken tenders, use your favorite recipe. I added Louisiana hot sauce, Dijon mustard. Here I'm adding onion powder. I'm also going to add a garlic, salt, pepper blend that I always use, and I'm just going to shake that on. I'm also going to add some garlic powder. Here I'm adding some paprika and some chicken bouillon powder. I'm just going to shake that in. Sometimes I add Montreal chicken seasoning or thyme, rosemary, it just depends what I feel like. So give that a mix, clean hands. Also, if you want to add some buttermilk into the mix, I know that is a great thing to brine chicken with. But I'm going to opt for cooking wine, but you definitely can use buttermilk. Sometimes I even use yogurt, like a plain yogurt or Greek yogurt. That also is a great ingredient to marinate chicken with. So just give this a really good mix. I'm going to cover with a lid. And if you want to marinate this for a couple of hours, I'm going to marinate overnight in the fridge. I already have that sauce just sitting in the fridge, so why not? So I'm going to cover this up and pop it into the fridge. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm ready to make these chicken tenders. I am going to just eyeball and scoop in all-purpose flour into a large bowl. If I had to guess, it's maybe like 2.5 to 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, so now I'm just going to season the flour. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing and going with it. A tablespoon of garlic salt, pepper blend, some onion powder, give that a mix. I'm going to add some lemon pepper. Give that a mix. I'm also going to add some paprika, and that's the dredge. My chicken has been sitting on the counter for about 45 minutes because I really wanted the chill to be off of the chicken before I start to dredge and fry it. And the dredge is really simple. I'm just going to take a piece of marinated chicken tender and just place it right into the flour, coat it, and then just kind of shake off the excess. And it goes right into your preheated fry oil. So all of my tenders are fried and cooked perfectly, I might add, and I have them over a wire rack just so any residual oil kind of runs off onto the baking sheet. And I'm going to let these hang out because I want to show you the sauces. So for today, I am going to use sauce number 2, which has the lemon pepper and chicken bouillon, but this is the one without the lemon pepper. They are both good. And I always say this, when you make things at home, and if you watch my videos, I always say you want to adjust ratios of like salt, seasoning to your preference. If you know that, for example, you don't like smoked paprika, don't use it. I'm not forcing you to use it. Leave it out. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to test one with the residual that's left in this container. This is such a good bite. Homemade chicken tenders and a homemade Raising Cane sauce my way. It's good. And I suggest you give whichever recipe a try. You can use the one that's circulating on the internet. You could use mine because it's good. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.